Pisces, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click on the description box below and it will talk about the significance of the spread and the placement of each card. But what I actually meant to say was, I did mention that I was in the process of relocating from Illinois to Texas. And I am in Texas, but my furniture is not. So we are sitting on the floor getting this reading done. Because I promised to keep uploading, even if it was inconvenient. And I do appreciate those of you guys who show up week after week. So I wanted to make sure I showed up for you. That being said, wow. Pisces, you are hoping to bring a little chaos in order to make some change in not only your life, but somebody else's as well. You are hoping to be that tower moment for somebody else. Now, the tower moment is super, super scary for a lot of people, but you're hoping to tear something down so you can rebuild, okay? So what this tells me is you have a cold, hard truth. You went deep inside yourself and you figured something out. Now you have to let that other person know. So you've already had this tower moment. That's why it's in the inverse. The other person doesn't know what you know yet. But it's almost like you're going to give somebody the problem and the solution. That's your hope. You're going to be like, this isn't working out because this, and this. But what I figured out is so on. Does that make sense? The tower can also be about enlightenment. A lot of people don't realize that. Enlightenment doesn't always come easy. So, in your fears, you have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. And those of you who know Tarot, is like, how could that possibly be a fear? Well, it's in the fear position. So I have to apply that to it. So what I get from this is that you fear that you are emotionally stable in this process and you are financially stable in this process, but the other person is not at all. So if this tower moment comes in, you say, hey, by the way, there's this problem, but I have the solution. Then you not only become the person with the answers, but you become the person with the stability and you become the person with the finance. So this could be about a relationship. It could be about a friend, a family member, or maybe even a romantic relationship, but it could also be about vocation. So you don't want all the power in this union, in this partnership, to be in your hands at all, because you actually were looking for an equal give and take. So if you come in with this information, you fear that you then have to follow up with all the answers, all the solutions, all the funding, all the stability, and the other person just continues to skate right through. The reality of the situation is not only do you have the answer, but that also puts you on the defense and stops the transition of the other person. What's happening here is you're always giving somebody else the answers. So that person, excuse me, I have the hiccups. That person cannot grow because you're propping them up the whole time. Like they aren't going through those difficult life lessons themselves, which explains your fear. You're like, if I keep doing this, if I keep giving them the solution, giving them the solution, giving them the solution, what is this person's motivation to ever actually look for the solution on their own? So you're constantly giving somebody a fish, but you're not teaching them how to fish at all. And you're starting to recognize that they might become codependent on you and that you might be stunting their growth rather than helping it. So ultimately, Pisces, your actions come from a place of love, okay? It comes from the heart. But there's something inside that isn't playing quite right, that isn't working the right way in order to allow this person their own space to grow. Can you see okay? Did the lighting just change? I apologize. I don't usually show my face on here. It's supposed to be about you, but the lighting is a little off. I'll have to fix that in the next stream. So what I'm looking at here for your clarification cards is you have the Queen of Wands in the inverse, you have the 2 of Cups in the inverse, and you have the Page of Wands. Here's you dropping those hints, okay, of what to do and where to go, and you've been doing that for quite some time. But it's left you in an unbalanced relationship. You're the driver all the time, and it's exhausting. So ultimately, here you wear a mask and you pretend like it's okay every day, every day, every day. But what you would really like is for this other person to try just as hard as you. It feels very much like whether this is a personal relationship, friend, family member, or maybe even a romantic partner, or whether this is a vocational or maybe even a financial, this could be a business transaction. It feels like you're always the one saving it. You're always the one supporting it. You're always the one driving it. And what you were really hoping for when you were looking for this connection or when you found this connection was somebody to meet you in the middle. So the question is now, Pisces, how do you get this person to meet you in the middle? Because if you keep giving them the answers all the time, they'll just let you drive. Sounds to me like it's time for a very grown-up conversation. And that's always a hard thing to do. So let me know how that goes. Leave something in the comments. I do hope you found a message that serves your highest good. If nothing else, I hope I validated your feelings. And I will see you next week. I'm going to go fix my lighting before the next video. Bye-bye.